Are you even allowed to say that?
Probably not. That's fine. We're only got 11 subscribers.
Are we allowed to call robots
We're not big enough yet. I think we can call robots whores. All right, everybody. Welcome back to Man First Podcast. I am Mixed.
J0.
All right. Now, you have a question. Wait, first off, I want to say thank y'all so much. We actually, as a recording of today, have 11 subscribers. We've been out for a week and we have 11 subscribers. Now, granted, we know some family, 2 or 3 people that we know.
Yeah.
But there's people that we don't know. And the funny thing is YouTube has a setup to where when people subscribe, you can't see who they are. You know what I mean? It's like a privacy set right now. So I just want to take this time before we get started to say thank you to all those that are subscribing to us. Yeah, I can't tell y'all how good that makes me feel that y'all are actually watching us like that. So did I say 10 or 11? We have 11.
Yeah, 11.
Yeah, we have 11. So thank to all the 11 people that are subscribing to us, including friends and family, things like that. Want to say appreciate that. We are Man First Podcast, brought to you by Zero Grid Studios. Our motto here is rebooting the man, rewiring the mindset. So want to thank y'all for joining us today for doing that. All right, let's get straight into it. You have something that you wanted to shotgun.
The Man First Spot.
Man First Spot. Okay.
Man First Spot.
Let's do this.
Putting you on there. AI, man.
Allen Iverson.
No.
Oh, he was
AI.
great.
AI.
We're talking about basketball today.
No. We're not talking about basketball. We're talking about technology. AI.
Artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence. I need your Man First Spot. I need you to really think on this one. AI girlfriends, AI wives. What do you think about that?
You got to be way more specific.
Okay, what I'm saying is like we're heading in that era of AI.
Right. Okay,
so what if men are able to get AI wives and girlfriends? What is your stance on that?
I've seen the movie Her, and I've seen how it can come off as fulfilling, but there's a huge component that's missing, which is a physical component, right? You can't knock boots with a software program, right? So you seem lost.
I'm just like, I don't understand what you're saying. I mean, you say you can't.
Well, okay, you've seen
physical with
right. You've seen Her. You've seen the movie. It had Joaquin Phoenix in it, and he fell in love with an AI program. So everything seemed like it was what you would want, but the problem was one of the problems I should say is that there was no physical.
I'm talking. Okay, let's just say that they actually give them the body.
You're talking about Android.
Yeah, I'm talking about like Android. Fully robot. It's just like synthetic. The whole works in a sort of way.
So you're talking about like Cherry 2000.
I don't even know what that is.
It was a movie in like the 90s or something. It was horrible.
Well, they got all these other movies that just came out too.
But they were way ahead of their time because they came out with exactly what you're talking about. There were wives that were basically robots. And this guy's wife malfunctioned and he had to get a certain part that was obsolete and he had to go through all this trouble to get it. Somebody famous was in that.
What is your take on it as in like negative, positive? I mean,
here's the thing.
That's the reason why I said I want to know your thoughts on it.
Here's the thing. Okay. I get it. I completely understand. Okay. I
know you're a married man. I'm just saying, you got a bunch of lonely guys out there.
Yeah.
And
that don't want to deal with.
We're already in this. I am video gaming.
Yeah.
I'm in social media.
It's down the pipe.
Yeah. So it's
like, coming.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
I get it. It's coming.
I just need to know, your stance. Is it a positive thing for mankind,
no.
or is it negative?
No, it's totally a negative thing. I'll tell you what. Mankind, the moment we no longer believe, not feel, believe. Feels and emotions they come and go. They change over time. They change over 10 minutes, change over 10 days, 10 years, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Once we believe, we no longer need each other. We're done.
Oh, yeah.
We are, I almost cussed. We are done. I'm trying not to cuss as much because I want my kids to be able to watch this stuff. We're fucking done. Sorry.
I mean, man, you said that with some emphasis.
We're basically done. Look, I believe that as a species, we need each other, obviously, right, for reproduction and blah blah blah. Once they figure out how to extract sperm and an egg and just start creating people, we're done. Like the human interaction, once that's gone, we're no longer we're still humans, but the human element of our humanity is gone. If that makes any sense. We start isolating ourselves. We start turning our backs on each other. We don't no longer need each other. Robots are going to be delivering our groceries. We don't socialize no more. It's just going to be total blackout, and nobody's going to want to interact with each other anymore.
I think that's already starting to happen.
It already is starting to happen.
Keyboard warriors now.
Yeah.
And men don't really approach that whole, interaction. They don't actually go to a bar and start talking to a girl or something like that.
Right.
And when you really think about it, is like the physical interaction part, like I said, the whole just getting together. I just think that it's actually going away in a sort of way. I think relationships now, to me, in my own opinion, I think that it's more of a transaction thing now. You get
human
something, you're trying to get something out of each other now.
Yeah.
The whole feelings base is like going out the window. Like the morals of it, is going out the window. Like I guess the whole church or God vibe, the following the Bible type deal is kind of like going extinct.
Yeah, it's definitely fading, and I think certain individuals want it that way.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of part of the plan, if I can say that. I can't prove it, obviously, but if I were a bet man, I would definitely say that the reason why technology is advancing in such a way that it is not just for, the idea to see if we can do certain things, but it's agenda driven is what I'm trying to say. There's a purpose that we may not fully comprehend right now or understand.
Yeah, it's a narrative.
It's more of like, we want to drive people in this direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
We want to get the people to respond in this way or react in this way. And I think that's where they're going with it. Way back when they figured out if they can make an electric car. Well, let's just see if we can do it because it sounds great. So they did it, right? I don't think they were trying to change our human interactions or anything because it's a car, right? Either you drive this or you drive that. But with human relationships, and you're trying to subvert what we were made for, reproduction and continue on the human species and be fruitful and prosper and all that stuff and multiply and all that. It's that will go away.
I think we're on our way to cloning soon. Yeah, just grabbing some DNA and putting in the.
They've already cloning is a thing. No, I don't know about human cloning, but they've cloned like animals. That's definitely a thing. They've cloned synthetics. They've cloned I think small stuff like ears and stuff. But I don't think they've cloned full on people yet. I don't know if they.
Telling you, like, I get the feeling. I understand that we haven't gotten to that level of what makes a person different from another person.
Mm-hmm.
What makes your eyebrows more hairier, or what makes your eyes that eye color, or whatever. Because I get the feeling if I think AI could probably solve that for us in a sort of way. Like we'll probably get to that point, and you'll be able to go to a hospital, and the doctor will be like, "Well, this is what your child will look like. I know you don't have a wife or anything, but we'll take some samples and we'll
Like
engineer,
gene engineering. Yeah.
we'll get to that. I think we'll get to that point, sooner or later, because like I said, we're on our way. This whole dividing of man and woman is becoming so.
Yes, it's coming.
It's getting bad.
Yeah, it's getting detrimental, or
Yeah, and I started thinking about that this weekend. I was like, yo, I don't want to live my life like I don't want to go to a hospital and say, yeah, I feel like a kid. I don't want to be alone anymore. Can you take some DNA and engineer me?
Get me a kid.
Get me a kid, because I need a legacy. I need something.
Take my blood sample. Just poke me, and there you go. There's my DNA.
Make him 6'7". Make him, give him that Chris Brown his voice.
Well, it's definitely, I wouldn't say that would never be a possibility. Gene splicing and all this gene, I forgot the term up for it, but it's definitely a thing. I would think that, I would hope that as a species we would, in terms of marrying these AI robots and such, I would hope we wouldn't do that. It's so much easier if we did. Our lives would be less stressful, because we got to be honest, man. Like, when you're dealing with another person, and I say dealing, I mean that, right? When you're dealing with another human being, who knows what mood they're going to be in when you get home?
Right.
Who knows what kind of day they've had? She don't know, he or she, whatever, don't know what kind of day I've had. So who knows what mood I'm going to be in? And then you come together and you're like, fuck you looking at, It's like, you don't want to say that, but it's on your mind. And there are great days. There are days where you're just happy. There are days where everybody's having a good day. But then there are days where you just don't want to hear nothing, and they're there, and you have to, as soon as the option to not be alone, but not be with another person is available, the way things are going now, I wouldn't be surprised if 80% of people jump towards that, especially the younger people.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you can create this person and you can modify it as you go, like, what if you wanted, I don't know, let's get crazy. Let's say on Monday you order a 5'6" Asian, or let's say Thai, looking, woman who speaks perfect English, knows how to cook, knows this fit, has the best body and everything.
Isn't that pro? Isn't that a good thing?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can order that, right? Let's say that's a scenario. Let's say you can order that. But come Saturday, I'm tired of her. I want something new. Readjust. Let's go to your configurations. You're no longer Thai. Now you're from Jamaica. Now you have braided hair, or the corn. What's it called, the thick braids or whatever? What's it called? Dreadlocks. Now you got dreadlocks. We need to get that dreadlock model. Just detach this part of the straight hair. Now put the dreads on, and then skin changes color because you hit a button. Now the pigmentation shifts. This actually sounds cool. Like, I was
listening. I was like, I don't see how this is a bad thing. Well, I got a woman. She got every single.
The more I'm talking, the more I'm starting to kind of.
Because I feel like you're listening a lot of positives. I'm like, yo, this guy is on to something. I'm telling you.
Elon Musk, you can reach us at ZeroGridStudios@gmail for any more ideas. No, well, okay, but it's bad in the sense that
I'm like, I should buy this.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's bad in the sense that we lose our humanity in a way, because part of our humanity is working with each other. Like, that's just part of it. If somebody's isolated, like if someone were to put you in a room and all you had was things, toys, things that you enjoy doing, right? Nothing that's hard, but things that you're good at, things that you enjoy doing. And you're just in that room, and food is delivered to you 3 times a day, whatever you wanted, and you get to exercise, you get whatever. If you're just in this room forever, what kind of life could you possibly lead?
Sounds like my life right now.
Well, but you have options, though. You know what I mean? You can pursue this, but you have to go there to do it.
Yeah.
And in order to be successful, you can't know I heard something recently. Somebody said the game of success is not the game of success is a team sport. That's what somebody said. think it was on YouTube. Might have been, I don't know. But the game of success is a team sport, right? You can't be successful on your own. So even if you have your little play bot at home, and let's say that's all you are around, how successful could you really be? It's like it's all artificial. It's not real. You know what I mean? You're living when you go home, you're living in a dream. It's not real. It's when you can create your surroundings, it loses value because it's just that. It's just there's nothing more than just what you are saying.
But that's like excuse me. That's pretty much what I was just saying. That's already happening today. You know, I mean, I know you're talking about AI, you know, what if situation, but that's what I would say most men are moving towards. You know,
right?
We're not moving towards that whole traditional, you know, having a family, you know, having kids, going to work, becoming successful as a man. But what I'm saying is that men today we have all these other options. So I don't see how we're just adding one more to that, you know, category in a sort of way.
That's a big one.
You got video games. You know, men are going towards that. They're deciding to enter metaverse. They're going into a game and they're having a wife inside there, or they have a companion. Elder Scrolls gave me a companion. I was like, oh shit, I got somebody to actually, you know, roam these dungeons with now. And I talked to her and she's talking to me, and then, you know, asked me how my day is going. I'm like, yo, okay. Anyways,
but what's the main component missing in that?
Oh yeah, physical,
right?
Interaction. Yeah,
fulfill that.
But is that a need or is that just a desire?
It's definitely a need.
How is it a need?
Physical companionship is definitely a need.
How is it a need?
I mean, just
this kind of goes back to that whole, hey, men don't need to get married debate.
Which I won. I put the 2s in the comments to let them know that I beat him in that one.
Y'all know he took the L.
Which one was that? Was that number 2 or number 3?
I think that was second episode.
The second one, right? Go back to episode. Go back to video number 2.
It's one of those.
It's in there.
But you took the L on that. But yeah, but it's still, like I said, I was going back to that whole situation. To me, that's not physical or wanting to be with a woman is only a desire. It's only a want. I understand what you're saying that, you know, being social, getting out there and talking and stuff like that. Yes. You know, you don't want to become weird or, you know, isolated, I guess you would say. Well, but it's still physical interaction to me is only a desire or a want. It's not technically a need.
I would say, I would agree with you to a certain point. I would say physical companionship is not a requirement, but it's heavily wanted. You know, people travel thousands of miles to be with somebody they've never met before. So I think it's embedded in us to want to be in a physical relationship with someone. I mean, think about cheating. Most men cheat because they are not getting any intimacy at home. You know what I mean? Even when they're married, which is not a good thing. I don't think you should cheat. But we're just going over the reasons.
It's still a desire. Still,
it is a
want. You still have.
I would agree.
Choice. To do those things.
It is a desire. I said it's a necessity, but I'm not saying it's a requirement. People can be married and not have sex.
Necessity means need. You have to have it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So
let me change my wording.
That's what I mean by, you know, the whole desire and want. And, you know, it's funny because, you know, I actually had a guy online, you know, me and him were gaming and stuff like that. He said, oh, you live alone and you are, you're working. Whatchamacallit? What about talking to women, man? What about, how come you're not going out there? I was like, well, you know, to me, things have gotten bad. Dating has not worked out for me. You know, it's a needle in the haystack to find that woman. And, you know, there are women out there, very exceptional women, but of course you want to get into that relationship and you want to be desirable. You want to be successful. So I like to create that foundation first before going. He said, but don't you need to, you know, smack some boots? I said, I've done that for a while already. So I want to actually build. I want to actually create something, because the next time I want to go into a relationship, I want to look as if I'm the leader.
Right.
You know? So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm getting at, is a desire. All those can be pushed away and start going after the things you actually do need to acquire your desires and wants.
Let me ask you this, and this will be the determining factor. if you met a girl on somewhere online or something like that, you know, whatever you're using, video game or internet, if you met somebody, would you commit to a relationship with her, even though you're never going to physically meet her? And now we wait.
Yo, so you're saying
no? I'm just asking. I'm not saying anything.
I've been in those type of predicaments in the
and how'd that go?
It didn't.
It didn't work out.
It was only temporary. Yeah.
Right. So most people I would think would answer the same way. I would answer the same way. Long distance relationships suck for a reason, because there's no physical. You know, you can do the whole internet FaceTime, you know, internet sex, whatever, and get hacked and have your stuff all on the internet. But you know, it's the physical aspect of a relationship is very important, right? It's damn near dire. Most people, I would say 99.9% of people who are in a relationship that is committed, even if they wait a year, they still at some point want to get intimate physically. You know, and talking on the phone is one thing, showing pictures is one thing, teasing is one thing, talking dirty sexting or whatever, that's one thing. If you're not physically getting intimate with somebody, is it even a relationship? It's what it kind of dwindles down to, right?
Yeah.
So I would say physical intimacy is definitely a necessity in that extent. Is it a requirement? Does it have to happen? No, because like I said, at some point, whether you're married for 20 years or 40 years or 60 years, our things are going to stop working. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean we have to get a divorce. Her equipment's going to stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying it's absolutely 100% requirement. If it's not there, it's over. I'm not saying that. There are people that have been sentenced to jail and their spouses have never remarried because they're still committed to that person. So I'm not saying it's 100% has to happen. But if it can happen and you just choose not to, that's just not, to me, that's not a good relationship. Like there's something missing in that.
Again, like I said, I truly believe that that's what most men lives are right now, you know, and they think they're getting a relationship out of all these other things, you know, especially with women, you know, they're kind of sexualizing themselves over the internet now. You know, they think, they think they have some type of a relationship with them through a computer or something like that.
Right.
And they're giving their resources away, their hard-earned money, you know, to do that kind of stuff. And I'm like, yo, it's getting worse. You know, that's just my thoughts. But I think we should definitely go into our topic, which
I mean, we're 22 minutes in, but I mean, I kind of want to stick with this because that's a
deep,
dinger.
Right?
That's a ring dinger right there. That's a make your head scratch.
Yeah. And I was like, would I do it?
I was going to ask you, what would you do? Like, if you had the opportunity to buy you a woman, essentially, not a human? God, the algorithm is going to kill us. If you could buy an AI robot, looks just like a human. I don't know
if my desired woman, more than likely, yes, I would buy.
I don't know if you've seen it.
I'm gonna come out and just say, like, yo, I would probably put $25,000 on that model that, you know, that will be a companion for me, whatchamacallit, because if I'm struggling or I'm having a hard time finding that needle in a haystack woman. And
would you recommend, I don't mean to cut you off, but I want to ask you this. Would you recommend younger men to do the exact same thing?
Younger men to do the same thing?
To aspire to buy one of these AI robot women?
It's their choice.
But would you recommend it? Obviously, it's their choice, but would you say, hey, kid, work hard, you buy you a woman?
You make it sound so bad when you say that.
That's what you're doing. It's essentially what you're
buy
doing.
You a woman? I said, buy me a robot.
Robot woman.
Robot woman. Okay, so but anyways,
would you recommend it to the youth?
Oh, man, you put me on the spot. What the heck?
What I'm doing is I'm not personalizing it to you. I'm saying it may be best for you, and that's your deal. But in the long scheme, like across the board, would you recommend it for human beings in general, because women will be able to buy it too. These no company that could do this would make just women. They would, because women are the bigger consumers. So if men are going to buy it, women would definitely buy it. So would you recommend across the board younger people to invest in these sex robots?
Why'd you have that? Why did you have the
That's what I'm just coming up with different names.
Why couldn't you just say a companion robot? Why we got to go? Well,
okay. Kid gloves. Okay. All right. Would you recommend?
You're making this even.
Would you recommend?
Making this even harder.
Would you recommend for the youth to go out and buy them an electronic companion robot android thing?
A young
teenagers, like, work hard.
Oh, I want to say teenager. I would say an adult.
Well, I mean, okay.
I wouldn't recommend it for a teenager.
No, I'm saying,
I would say that, hey, if you find your woman high school, your high school girlfriend,
right,
your high school crush, you're together for a long time. And
then when you turn 18, dump her and go get you a robot. Is that where we're going? Is that where we're going with this?
No, I was going to say. Just like you're putting words in my mouth.
Placeholder.
You're putting
until the real thing comes along.
You're putting all the negative stuff.
Get all your practice out on your teenage girlfriend, and then when you become legal, get you a real deal. Not Holyfield. But.
Oh my God, man.
Well, I'm saying, like, okay, a 20-year-old.
See what he's doing? He's like, wow.
No, I'm just trying. I'm just digging for the truth, brother.
No, you're like ambushing me with my own question.
Okay. Straight up question.
Companion.
I'll call it a companion.
Yeah.
Companion, whore, whatever.
Are you even allowed to say that?
Probably not. That's fine. We only got 11 subscribers.
Are we allowed to call robots
We're not big enough yet. I think we can call robots whores. They're not humans. They're not legislated yet.
Is that a pro or is that a negative? We haven't made any.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna be straight up. If I ever buy a robot, she's gonna be a whore. Them things are not gonna be cheap. I want to get my money's worth.
Oh man,
God, that's just. Oh, anyway, you're obfuscating.
You're making me cry, man.
Okay, would you recommend? Say a college kid comes up to you. Hey, what's up, Jay? What's up, Jay? What's up? Hey, man, my girl, she's acting up, man. We had to break it off, man. I don't know what to do. I'm so lonely. And then enter you. What would you say?
Well, here's a pamphlet.
And there's a discount at Apple.
Here's a pamphlet.
It's a program.
I need you to do your own research
and use this discount code that gets me points. So Apple comes out with the new companion
2.0.
Come on, Kamala, would you I need you to answer the question. Would you recommend the college kid invest in the companion?
I guess it all depends on.
Oh God. Come on, Harris.
You want me to give you a direct,
I need an answer.
Direct yes or no?
Yes.
Oh man. I'm gonna say yes, man. I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
Because I guess I'm biased when it comes down to the experience of dealing with the
You've been hurt. You've been hurt.
Who hurt
you, bro?
Yo.
You gotta let her go.
They did. They all did.
All of them got me.
You hear me? No. But yeah, so like I said, I guess I'll be biased on it, and you know what? Like I said, we're already there. To me, that's my own opinion. I think we're already there. And men are slowly walking away from what's traditional. We're going our own way. Mm-hmm. Like, look, we're going to keep our peace. We're going to keep our own happiness. If this is what women want, okay, you go, go do you,
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they're already telling us we fuck anything with a hole. I mean, excuse my language, but that's pretty much what they think about us. If we want to, desire it that badly, why wouldn't we? And I think majority of men will go with that option.
What would you estimate would be the long-term implications of that decision?
Men will be happy.
But keep going. keep going. Okay, then we'll be happy,
it's
but
just,
keep going.
like I said, it's just
In terms of society, what direction would society go? Do you think?
That's why I said it's going to get to that point where I think.
But I'm asking, what do you think would be the outcome if that? Let's say it was a radical change in society, where most people culture shift and everything. Let's say across the board, everybody is just flocking. This is the biggest product since the iPhone, right? Everybody has one at home.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are used for personal reasons. Maybe they clean up the house, whatever, right? Think AI robot or iRobot from the Will Smith movie. Yeah. Think iRobot. Everyone has one. Or what was that game? Detroit Becoming Human.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Think of that, right? Everyone has one. New models, blah, blah, blah. What kind of cultural shift would that have on society, in your opinion, in your estimation? Would it be a net positive or net negative?
For humanity, it'd be a negative. I guess I would definitely go with what you said. You know, it's the physical interaction, the emotional stability, I guess.
Right.
It would, I don't know. It's just,
yeah.
It's definitely a new way of thinking, you know?
Something to ponder, definitely. I can't shake the feeling that once we as a people come to the conclusion that everything that this robot is saying or doing, it's programming. It's not real.
Yeah, but I'm going to take your own words from what you said on another episode. It's a tool.
That goes to my argument. It's not real. It's just a tool. So it's not. It's fulfilling in a sense that we believe.
But helpful.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it's fulfilling a need we want, but it's not. It has no value because it's not real.
Has no value. Who are you to say that it's something of value?
Think of it this way. In your opinion, what has more value? A car that you were handed. Let's say it's just a Civic, right? Or Camry.
Man, I do have a Civic. Man.
Sorry, let's say you're given
I hurt.
Oh, get over it. Let's say you're given a Camry, right? You're just handed a Camry, right? You're handed a Camry, but you go in your garage, or you handed a Camry, or you go in your garage and you see the frame of a Camry, and you say, you know what, I'm gonna build this fucking car, and you invest money and you put the parts, you smash your finger and you fix your finger and you put all the parts and you order from this place and this part's giving you a fucking headache, right? 6 months pass and you put the car together. Which of the two has more value to you? Which of the two situations has more meaning? I
see what you're going with this, but to get to building something, what do you need?
That's what I'm saying. You need a lot.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to build that car. So after it's all said and done and you went through every step you needed to get that car to that position where you wanted it to be, of that car that you fixed, that you built, or the car you were handed, which one has more value to you?
Of course, the one, the psychological level, but still both are somewhat the same in a sort of way, because in order to acquire something, what do you need?
What do you mean?
In order to get something of value, what do you need, especially as a man?
Time and resources.
Yeah, time, money.
Time, money. Well, money,
resources is pretty much what we're
money, and resources.
What's supposed to be the subject of today,
but topic of today. Right. But that gives you that gives something value.
Exactly. So
as opposed to being handed something.
You're saying we're all just going to be handed AI robots?
No. What I'm saying is when you get something like an AI robot that is basically programmed to be everything you want it to be, and it switches on a daily basis, it loses its value.
Yeah, but not everybody's going to be able to just acquire
but
it just like that. We still got to work for that robot.
For the scenario.
So in a sort of way, it does have some value because you are actually building yourself up, trying to make the money to buy this something of value, which you,
I'm sure you'd
believe.
I'm sure you'd be able to finance it. I mean, let's say it was $20,000, which is a lot of money.
Sounds like a car.
That's exactly. You can finance it. So you're paying $600-700 every month, or $20,000, about four maybe $500 every month, depending on your
for something you might have for a lifetime.
Right. And then you pay it off in like 6 years, 5-6 years.
And then you probably want to upgrade.
Trade it in, right? Get you a nice little lease, right? But what I'm saying, you can buy it off, and then it gets old.
It's still, like I said, we cannot say what like I said, especially with human beings, us human beings. Who are we to say what does not have value? Usually what has value is what everyone, the majority rule, says what it has value, especially with the whole Bitcoin issue thing. Go against that. Especially with the whole Bitcoin issue. Like I said, you can't say it has no value, it has no whatchamacallit, but who are you to say that it has no value? It all depends on the consumer, the people.
Yeah.
If people have a vote and say this does have value, everybody's going to attract to it because it has value.
Well, I'm talking in terms of not. Okay, let me rephrase it then. In the example I told you with the car, you said obviously the car you put together had higher value than the car you were handed, right?
Yeah,
has more personal value to you.
Yeah, has some psychological
value. Now, I'm not saying an AI robot would be just a physical thing. I'm sure there's things it would do more than just that, right? So it brings value, it does things for you that you don't have to do. So there is value in it. But when you compare it to a human companion, it's something you have to work for, and it's not a program, and you have to earn that. You know what I mean? Because men have to choose the women we decide to marry and decide to provide for. We have to make that choice. But if we're not where we need to be, she's not gonna accept us. Women do not accept men that can't provide. So we have to earn that. And once we do earn that, then we have the access to the women that we want, right? Which makes it have more value because we worked hard to get it. If I was broke and somebody just handed me some AI robot, yeah, it's great, but I didn't earn it. I didn't do anything for it. It's cool to have. But so therefore, by definition, it has less value.
I think that's debatable. Like I said,
it is debate. I'm just going off what I think.
I see. Yeah, I understand your opinion. Yeah. It's just like I said, the whole men and women. Like I said, we're kind of splitting apart. We're not coming together. Yeah, like I said, there's exceptions. There are women out there. They're approachable, and they actually do have some value. That's what you're saying. Would you say that most women today in this era have that value that you're talking about?
How dare you ask me that on YouTube? I'll tell you later. Of course women have value. I'll tell you the truth later. Yeah. Women have so much value. Man. They bring so much to women are the table.
I'm just saying.
They're not the table.
I'm just saying.
Subscribe down below. Make sure you subscribe to us.
Please. We'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on this matter. AI wives, AI girlfriends, just leave a comment below and tell us what you think. That'd be really great. Because I would like to see what the majority would say. Especially if you guys side with what I'm saying,
To answer your question.
Because like I said, men today, they are glued to their computers, cell phones, and I'm not saying women aren't either, but men, that's perspective that I'm looking at. Men today are already in this zone, and they already want to escape reality just because of everything that's going on right now. And I gotta admit, like I said, I'm biased. I totally feel the same way. I am willing to actually. It sucks, but that is what's happening. And I cannot say that, it's what's becoming the rule. Like, invest your money in the things you like, make your own money, forget about that whole family trying to find a woman, the American dream, the whole white picket fence. Men are choosing I'm going to build my own white picket fence in this realm, this away from what's happening in the real world, stepping outside. And like I said, we're going to just put on a helmet and like, this is going to be our escape. Yeah. Right after work, like, and if this whole physical thing, desire, okay, well, let me push this button and there's my robot whore.
See? Yeah, you see? That's why I said it, because that's basically the best description.
But that's what I'm
of
saying. That's what's going to be value to men. That's what I'm saying. This is like, I understand what you're saying of the whole, yo, you should be here. This is, I understand. We should be there. You know, I'm totally for making humanity keep going. This is what we're here for. That's like the total purpose of humanity. But we're slowly going a whole different route.
But I think I agree with you that we are. And I think if we went in the direction of these companion robots, it would just push us further away from where we should be. I'm standing on my belief that if there were AI robots that were designed to look like us and be changeable and plug and play. No. So I think that it would push us more away from each other than it would push us together. I think the more we entertain these technological advances in that direction, it's just our way of saying we're tired of each other. You know, like I would rather have. Dude, I've had conversations with Chad Gupta. That's kind of weird. Yeah. You know what I mean? Straight on conversations.
Weird is going to be the more comfortable thing to do.
Right. Like it was weird I remember when Bluetooth was a thing, the headphones that you could just plug on your ear, people just walking around just talking to themselves because you didn't know they had the earpiece on.
Right.
And I was like, dude, what the hell is going on with these people? And it's like, oh, wait, they got Bluetooth. What the fuck? I don't care about their teeth. Like, what's wrong with them? Like, is that a disease? Like, what's wrong? No, they got Bluetooth, man. Like, so in the cell phone, the idea of a cell phone was creepy. It's like a phone is in your pocket at all time. The mobile, the phone in your car, you know, they used to have you plug into the adapter, and that was weird. So I get that, but there's a point where we got to pump the brakes a little bit. Like, is this good for us or is this bad for us? Like, they invented the nuclear bomb.
I'm pretty sure there was discussion. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure there was discussion.
But you know what trumped that discussion?
Yeah.
But money. I don't know if you ever watch.
Like I said, self-importance has become a very big thing now. Like greed, just like if there's money, I'm telling you, like, you know, let's talk about the OF discussion. Like,
do we have a subscription yet for research purposes for OF?
I'm saying, like, I'm pretty sure inside of a closed door room, it was like, this is bad for humanity. We can't have this. We need to go back to traditional values. We need to go back to whatchamacallit, but we bring in this kind of money. No, how much more money? How much money you said you guys are making? Ooh, tax. Oh, well, let's talk about this. You know,
is it really that bad? I mean, they're free will, and no, I think, I mean, it's definitely, if there's money to be made, all it takes is for a campaign donation, and it'll be legislated, and it'll be pushed by all the big tech and big, all, you know, everybody will be on board because there's money to be made, right? Especially, and politicians will not stand in the way. Some will, but most of them will be like, you're an anti-robot or something, you know. that's coming, right? Like, you're anti-AI, and that's going to become a thing, you know.
But these politicians, I swear to God, they'll say anything on camera. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, Kamala Harris, presidential nominee Kamala Harris, came out and said AI is 2 little words or 2 little letters, and they mean artificial intelligence. She's like the AI czar or something, and that's how she described what AI was. Anyway, okay, tell you what, we've been going for 43 minutes now. We weren't even supposed to be talking about this.
No, I was like, yeah.
But you know what? That's kind of cool, though, because it sparked an idea and it sparked an entire conversation. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
And it had a lot to do with men, had a lot to do with choices we make.
I think we had to, you know, rip that Band-Aid off on that subject, because I was like, yeah, what if?
I was on Facebook, and this is quick, we'll wrap it up. I was on Facebook scrolling as you do, and an article popped up about I don't know if I can say this, but the dolls, you know, dolls I'm talking about. Yeah. They are so, I couldn't believe what I was looking at was a doll. I couldn't believe it. And then somebody said he got married to a doll.
Yeah. I heard that story. Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. It was like what does that mean? Like, what is, obviously it's not legal, but In his head, I read he is married. He believes in himself he is married to this doll. And he's like, I forgot what he said, but I looked at the doll. I was like, there's no way that's a doll. You put an AI robot in that thing, and that skin and the hair and the face and the fingers, and
I'm telling you, first inventor that comes up with that is going to be a trillionaire, man. I'm telling you, that's because I said, we are definitely on that route
trajectory,
that road. Mm-hmm. It's like a direct road because this is becoming too hard. And, we talked about this in many of our episodes, the younger generation, they don't like what's hard. I'm telling you, it's like, they like, no pun intended, but they, they want to go what's easy. Right. They rather do the get away from what's hard, just get away from that type of reality. They want to live in the reality that
comfort
zone.
Yeah. And I mean, and that's what we're trying to
talk. That's what we're trying to push against. You're a married man, you got kids.
Happily married, man.
Yes, happily married. And I'm just like, that's one of the reasons why I want to get an opinion from you. Cause I was like, I told you I'm biased because I see everything. These dating apps, I think they're total scams. Why should I be using money just to put my face up even more on a spotlight? Oh, if you upgrade now, you can get perks to keep on swiping. I'm like, yo, what? I am not wasting my money. So I got off my butt off these apps, and I'm like, man, this is stupid. I shouldn't have to pay money to try to find a companion.
Well, that's just where it's going. All right, last question. Or last statement I'll say, and then I'll hand it over to you, and we'll call it. I'll meet you halfway with this whole AI robot whore thing, right? If my wife was down, I'm definitely buying one. I'm just saying, like, look, if we gonna keep it real, right?
Hey, babe, I'll get the lube. Don't worry, I got you.
Look, it might be self-lubricating. You know what I mean? Like technology. Look, I'm just saying.
Oh snap!
I'm just saying. You ask any man if
we gotta try something new, babe. What's going on?
We gotta keep it fresh. You know what I mean? She'll do all the work. If you ask any man if he would do that,
I don't see not one woman in this world. I don't see not one.
It would take some convincing
in this world. I'd be like, yeah, I'm totally okay with this. I'm totally down.
Think about it though. Think about it. Her back hurts. She's got a headache. She's not feeling it. It's that time. Baby, don't even worry about it.
This is one of the biggest reasons why I say most men will probably end up going that direction.
I would give, I'm doing the Donald Trump right now. I don't know why I keep doing this with my hands.
It's going to be from China.
Excuse me. Real quick. You ready? Are you ready?
It's going to be big. It's going to be
huge. The biggest they've ever seen. I don't think they've ever seen it. Never been this big. No, I would honestly, I would meet you halfway. If a married couple wanted to buy one for XYZ reasons, XXX reasons, I'd be cool with it. I think that's a fair compromise.
How did we get here?
All right, what's your last word?
All right. Man, like I said, there's something to think about, because I think you're truly heading that direction. It gave me really a lot to think about while I was on the road. I was like, yeah, I got to open this with that question and see what he says, because it was something, but definitely something for you guys to think about, because I think we're totally headed towards that direction. I mean, if not, we're almost there.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you on that. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up right now. Anything else you want to say before we leave?
We're good. Just like I said, comment below. Let us know what you guys think. Subscribe, please.
Thank you again to our 11 subscribers. I cannot tell you, and I'm sincere when I say this, how we've been out for about a week now, and we've had a lot of people watch it. Our shorts are pretty popular right now. They're kind of all over the place. What's the one that's the highest? The one where you're talking about slapping some chick?
Oh my God, man.
Well, she told you to. She told him to.
Yeah, it was consensual, I guess you would say.
No, it was demanded of him that he do it. So that's all the change.
She did. Well, yeah, she did.
Yeah, it was Well, again, thank y'all again. Please subscribe, share it with all your friends. Please comment below. I want to hear from y'all. I want to hear what y'all have to say. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
All right. I'm Mixed.
I'm J0.
See y'all next time.
Laters.